Well, the polls are closed and the ballots have been counted. Numbers are still coming in at this hour, but several races have already been called. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Jessica Ralston. We've been tracking those numbers for you all night on air and online. And now we have live team coverage of the major matchups, including the race for governor, the wine and grocery stores referendum, and the controversial Amendment 1 vote. We're going to first go to News Channel 5's Andrea Klein-Thomas, who has been covering Amendment 1 for us, and a close race there tonight.
It is a close race, Jessica, but the sentiment around here is that folks are cautiously optimistic. We're in Hillsborough Village, where the people who support who voted no on Amendment 1 are gathering. But those that voted yes on Amendment 1 have met the threshold, and they have been leading all night by about 80,000 votes. Now, what does that mean? Voting yes on Amendment 1 would give the legislature power to impose stricter regulations on abortions. What that could look like is that lawmakers would then be allowed to require waiting periods, or would be allowed to require waiting periods before someone wanting an abortion could have one. They could impose abortion restrictions on women who have been victims of rape, incest, or if their health is at risk, and they could ban abortions past a certain gestational period. Now, voting no on Amendment 1 would keep everything the way that it is. At last check, these are the numbers: 696,000 votes to vote yes on Amendment 1 to 619,000 voting no on Amendment 1. And although, voting no on Amendment 1 is trailing, although they have outspent their competitors more than 2-1. Earlier today, we caught up with folks who voted yes on Amendment 1, and this is how they were able to get support.
A lot of churches have just come on board in such a big way, and we've had a grassroots effort for the last year, actually just reaching out to communities and taking it county by county.
And I just want to go ahead and show you this really interesting map, just to show you how the state, and turn it sideways, shapes out. Teal is those who voted yes on Amendment 1. Mustard is those who have voted no on Amendment 1. You see it's overwhelmingly for those that have voted yes for Amendment 1. But here at this party, they are waiting to get the numbers in from Davidson County and Shelby County. That's the only way they stand a chance. So they're not conceding anything yet. Again, though, the tone here is that they're cautiously optimistic. It's still, though, a close race. That's the latest here in Hillsborough Village. I'm Andrea Klein-Thomas, News Channel 5 HD.
Votes still being counted as we take a look now at the other three amendments Tennesseans voted on today. Amendment 2 could determine who chooses judges. Right now, the governor selects them. If this amendment ends up passing, the governor would appoint a judge. Then the state legislature would confirm the selection. Right now, that one easily passing. Amendment 3, taxes, the focus here. And you see here this one also passing with 67% of the vote. And Amendment 4, empowering the legislature to authorize lotteries or raffles for nonprofit veterans groups to host gambling events to raise money. That one also a huge majority of yes votes. Remember, even if an amendment has more yes votes than no, doesn't mean it passes. For it to pass, the total number of yes votes for an amendment has to equal half the number of votes cast in the entire governor's race plus one. You take a look there, that threshold now at a little more than 587,000.